Apples, welcome back to my channel. So today I have the video I promised you guys. In my last video I did a little sneak peek and I told you I was going to do the video on the Tarte Creaseless Under Eye Concealer. Well, as promised, if you guys watch my video from Tuesday, because I upload every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. If you guys want a little sneak peek on what's going on in this area, it is almost gone, and that's all I'm gonna say. But I'll have that video down below, because if you didn't get that, then you obviously didn't watch my last video. But before we get into the nitty gritty, don't forget to subscribe and you become a part of the Fine Apple tribe. Ooh, ooh. Also, I do have a new YouTube schedule. I will be uploading every Tuesday, Thursday, bonus video Sunday, but I plan on uploading 3 times a week. Also, click that bell, because if you don't click it, YouTube's not going to notify you whenever I upload videos. I know it sucks, and then there's like options on it. You just have to click all so you see my face on the tube. Let's get into this video. Now, when I first got this PR package, I'm going to tell you my exact thoughts. I thought, why? You think about it, and what do you think about when you hear Tarte? I immediately think Tarte Shape Tape. Everybody loves it. It's a holy grail. There's a love-hate relationship with it as well. Go watch my other video. I did a whole video on the Too Faced Super Coverage Concealer. Gotta watch that one. People love it. It's so full coverage, but it can tend to be drying. Do I still think it's a good product? Yes. Do I continuously use it? Yes, I still will. I make it work. I mix it with other concealers, whatever. Excuse me, we're talking about concealers. This is very important. Wow, maybe this is like the one that's going to take over Shape Tape. This is going to be even better, you know? Something a little bit more moisturizing, less heavy. I saw the insert, and right away I saw that there was 30 shades of this. That's right. Give the shade so you don't get the shade. And I thought that was great. There's so many different shades. This does retail for $26. So it comes in 30 shades. It's vegan and it's waterproof. I love anything waterproof. It is a full coverage concealer, because on here it says full coverage. A tiny bit goes a long way, and it hydrates for 16 hours. Oh, wait, you know, 16 hours it hydrates, but it is the same formula. And I remember trying this concealer before, and I was thinking, I wonder if they really did keep the same formula. I don't know. Even though I saw that, I was thinking, who knows? Maybe I wasn't really using that concealer back in the day like the right way. I wasn't really too informed on concealers, what worked well for my skin type. That was so long ago, and I believe they called it their Maracuja concealer, and I used to have it. It was a tube, super inconvenient, thick, goopy, all that stuff. They sent me 3 shades that they thought that would match me. Well, they sent all like little mini ones, and then they sent the full size one. Let's go through the packaging. Packaging A+. I absolutely, well, I have purple to kind of match. You know, I'm being like a little extra today, and like a little lavender shirt. Ooh, ooh. But this is what the packaging looks like, and I love it. I love the floral and gold. I think it's a really nice one. And it does just say Creaseless Concealer. On here it says Creaseless Under Eye Concealer. Not really sure why the packaging doesn't say that. I was really curious if they kind of launched this concealer, and then when they sent out the PR package, they're like, oh crap, let's put Under Eye Concealer, because this is really what it's meant for now that it's already out and packaged. You know, I wasn't sure on that. I haven't researched that, but I'm just kind of curious on why it doesn't say under eye, and over here it says under eye. You get what I'm saying? Just coming from like a consumer standpoint, and I saw this, I'm like, oh, let me get my Creaseless Concealer. You know, because you can crease in your smile lines, you can crease up above here. There's other places you can crease besides your under eye, so that's where I was just a little, So when I tried out the concealer the first time, I'll show you like the shots that I have. I went ahead and put it underneath my eye. I dabbed it. I used my sponge. I completely forgot that the little slip said press and melt with fingers. And then I set it. It definitely is the same formula. It's what I remember from back in the day. Oh, press and melt with fingers. You weren't paying attention, Lizzy. Like, you're just jumping the gun and getting excited, because I was excited to try a new concealer. I was like, wow, is this going to be better than the Tarte Shape Tape? So then I wanted to play around and melt it with my fingers, which I'm going to do right now, but I'm going to be using one of these shades, because the shades that they sent me, even golden medium, it's just a little bit too light for me. Yeah, it's called medium golden. Here, I'll do a swatch right here for anybody who is my skin tone. That just seems like pretty light to me. I don't know. It really isn't that golden. Kind of is, but when applied, it's still super light. And then the next one is medium tan, is pulling way more pink, and that doesn't look the best on me. I don't know if you guys can see that. And then the next one up after that is going to be tan. This one looks a little bit better, a little bit more towards my match. I'm not someone where I put like a super brightening concealer underneath my eye, but you know, let's just go with tan, because I haven't tried this one out. Let's zoom you guys in so you guys can see. I have tan, and I'm going to be taking very little, like right here, right here, right here. Let's just start off with that. It says melt with finger, but I feel like some people don't like to use their fingers, such as myself. I like using beauty tools just because I've become very messy once I have makeup on my fingers, and all this is gonna end up on my shirt eventually. It does get a little tedious to constantly like pat, 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 pat with your finger, but I can feel the warmth melting the product, and I'm pretty sure that's why they want us to use the finger. You can use the middle finger if you're having a bad day. Up to you. No judgment here. It looks pretty good, you know. It looks okay. Has a lot of shine to it, so that means it is definitely not set. I put very little, and it says a little goes a long way. As you can see, my dark circle on this side. I do have a little concealer underneath because I cleaned up my wing, so let's just kind of wipe that away. It looks natural. It doesn't look super full coverage, but if you really look at it, you can kind of already see it settling into my fine lines. I want to like super zoom you guys in. See? It looks okay right now, but I'm telling you, see how it's like already starting to go in there, and I'm like, ooh. And it's not even that full coverage like when I'm looking at with very little. So that's why when I was playing around with this, I was like, all right, so now let's add a little bit more. Let's add just very little, okay? Just that. And now let's blend that out. This is a very thick formula, very emollient as well. Almost to the point, damn, are you ever gonna set? I didn't want to use anything too bright anyhow, because like brighter than my skin tone, because I wanted to use something that's really going to cover my dark circles, where you know how sometimes it's too bright, you still see the darkness pulling through. That's why I picked tan. So you see that? It's just very emollient looking and looks kind of thick underneath the eye. It looks like it's not going to settle. So now I'm going to do the other side, but I want to use that brush they gave me just because why else would they send it to me? I'm trying to give everything a fair chance. So now I'm going to go right here and right there. Now let's take this, and I'm not a fan of putting things underneath the eye because look, it's just dragging like, ugh. But let's try it. Let's try it. And plus it's going to be hard to get right. And see, it's already going to mess up my lash. My lash is Cocoa Lash 9 to 5, my new obsession. Go get it because we need to be twins. It's that bomb. I'm just going to pat instead of tug. That actually was a little bit better with this brush. Wow, I was already hating on it, huh? That's funny. I really didn't think I was gonna like this brush, and I'm actually enjoying it way more than my fingertips. Since I am using a brush, look how shiny this side is by using my finger, and I think it's just because of all the excess product, and I feel like the brush right here is blending it out and kind of lifting up the excess product. It's going into the brush. So that's always something to think about. It's actually a good thing for once. Now let's just go in for a second round. Just right there. So if you guys look at my eye, you can kind of see how it's already starting to go into that line right there. And I never have that super long line. See? Right there. If I flatten it out like this, it's okay, but you can kind of see where it will start to crease. And then with the brush, I'm looking at it. It does look better than with the finger, but it's still nothing that I like the formula just because it does feel so thick and heavy. It is heavy. It's a very emollient one. It's very creamy. It's not that moisturizing like when you place it, even though it's supposed to moisturize the under eye. I feel like it's just more thick and sticky, if anything. You guys know what I mean, right? Like how some formulas are super thin, like say Maybelline Fit Me. It is nothing near that. Even if you just look at my swatches, just like look how thick, how it just sits there. Blend this out with my finger once again, just because I do see it settling. Set this with my Too Faced Ethereal powder. It's one of my favorite ones. Let's just set it. And it looks okay right now. I'm telling you, it's just the wear within the day, because I did test this when I went to the gym. Wearing it all day, and it looked absolutely horrendous by the end of the night. I'm going to pat it out with the brush. One good example of what this feels like is the Bye Bye Under Eye. I cannot use that one. It is just way too thick, and that's exactly what it reminds me of. Exactly. That's the formula. That's what I mean. It's looking like old, you know? Like, look at that. Look how dry that looks and just thick. You see what I'm saying? Look, now it's forming. Now you guys can finally see it. Everybody has like little fine lines, but this just looks like, ugh. This does not look moisturized. This looks like dry as hell. See, and when I smile, like, look how it look. Ew, no. Sorry guys, I had to come back because 1 hour later I have to show you what my under eye looks like. All broken apart and separated. All down here. All separated. You guys see that? See, I'm not exaggerating. I told you guys. Just doesn't end up settling well. All right, now back to the video. Woo! Within the day, it looks even more crackly, and then it really starts separating, and I'm like, ugh. Same formula. I'm like, really? From all those years ago? Like, I feel like maybe you could have switched something, maybe not make it as thick. I mean, I get everybody has like their own wants and needs. Maybe someone absolutely will love this formula. But for me personally, I just want to give you my insight on it. So if you're someone where you don't like the Bye Bye Under Eye, you will absolutely just not like this whatsoever. Sometimes the lights like blur out a little. I mean, that's why I really try to just zoom you guys in to see it all. I will say, like I said, they did the shades really well. Two darkest shades, which that is amazing. You know, like I remember back in the day, you would never see concealers this dark, which is just so messed up. And I'm glad they're also incorporating lighter fair skin tones, because I have certain friends that they are so light where they're like, dude, I can't even find a concealer that matches me because everything looks too peachy, too orange, too yellow on them. And they said they just look so funky underneath. I personally can't recommend this. It didn't really work out for me. I think Tarte Shape Tape is beyond this concealer. I think it is way more full coverage. I think it lays on beautiful. It has like a way better consistency, even though it is a thicker concealer. That concealer has more slip to it. To me, it feels, which is so funny to say, more moisturizing, if anything, over this one. It's just too tacky, too emollient, and me no likey. This is just my personal opinion. If you're someone where you love the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye, then you will probably love this one. It's just, I didn't see anything special from it. And even just seeing on the card, like same formula, new packaging, and I'm like, being here and honest with my honest opinion, because I know everybody's like, oh, a new concealer, but it's really not that new. So if you're a fan of the Tarte Shape Tape, just stick to it. Go check out the Too Faced Super Coverage Concealer. That's a new one that launched. So many people are launching so many concealers. People always want to know my opinion on the ColourPop. I think the ColourPop is good. Do I think it's phenomenal? No. To me, it's almost like a little bit thicker version of the Maybelline Fit Me, which I love that one. So would I go out and order something online? If you want to, you know, it's an affordable concealer. I know this is not what the video is about, but I feel like people always randomly ask me, like, how do you feel about the ColourPop? It's good, it's not phenomenal, it's not bad, you know, that's it. Alright guys, well that is it for today's video. Sorry if you guys are disappointed in this or whatever. I'm just giving you my honest review. Just because I received it in PR doesn't mean like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna love it. Alright guys, well, I love you guys so much. Go check out my videos down below. Again, I upload every Tuesday, Thursday, and bonus videos Sundays. And I will see you beautiful people in the next one. Mwah!